$1.7 billion liquidated from the futures market in just 24 hours. Is this the time to buy the dip? Let's analyze. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Samo from My Crypto Paradise, and in this video we will be taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, others dominance, which is altcoins. We will be taking a look at some insider data, etc., which will help us to determine what is going to happen in the cryptocurrency market next. So firstly, let's start with Bitcoin and let's see what happened in the previous 24 hours. So yesterday we are on a daily time frame right here. That means each candle represents 1 day of trading activity. And as you can see, Bitcoin have been consolidating for the past few weeks in this beautiful zone of consolidation area. We have been talking a lot in the previous past videos about how important this $93,000 level is. In fact, you remember even when Bitcoin was trading that low as $19,000, I have been telling you $93,000 will be working as an extremely important resistance, and it did for some time. Then we broke above it, and right now it's working like a extremely strong key support zone, and above us is the key supply 1.272 Fibonacci retracement level, and Bitcoin is not able to break above it, neither below the key support zone. So basically we are consolidating right here in this zone, and until yesterday this was a beautiful environment for altcoins to keep outgrowing the Bitcoin. Yesterday, however, Bitcoin dropped by around 6 to 7% right to our moving average trend line right here, the orange line, as you can see. So it stopped exactly above our key support zone, above the $93,000 level. However, the altcoins dropped much more heavily, so much emotions because of the over leveraged environment, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, it was really crazy. 580,000 people were liquidated yesterday, which is basically 98% of the current daily trading participants in the crypto market. So that tells you a lot about how over leveraged we have been during the past few weeks. We have been talking about the funding cranes, and we will talk about them today as well. But speaking about altcoins, let's take a look at others dominance. This is the index you need to be watched in order to be the best altcoin trader. Once you understand the others dominance index, once you understand where it's going, what is doing at the moment, then you can start looking at individual altcoins, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, by understanding what the others dominance index is doing, which is basically the crypto total market cap excluding top dominance coins, all right, so basically an index of low to mid cap coins. And once you analyze this perfectly, then you can with a higher probability start trading individual coins as well, right? So you remember from the previous videos, we have been calling the bottom of this previous bear trend right here at this level of 8.9% of dominance. Then we started to search to the upside, and as we have been nearing towards this resistance area right here, I've been telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we understand the Elliott wave theory, we understand the crypto market is working in cycles, right, in waves. So this is the A wave, and we very soon need to have some kind of B wave, then we will have the C wave, D wave and E wave, right? But what is important to understand is that we are never going just parabolic as most of the people suddenly think. So by understanding the Elliott wave theory, looking at the funding crates, looking at the indicators, we actually knew that the B wave needs to come very soon, and once it comes, we have been expecting to hit this moving average trend line. Look how beautifully it hit. Take a look at the wick of that candle. And because we have been counting with that, with Paradise Simul VIPs, we have been preparing ourselves for this drop. So as you can see, here's the price of the altcoin Gala. Here is our limit buy order. We went down and then we hit our profit for 80%. But not only Gala was the one we prepared ourselves for, the other one was also SSV. Here the price, here our limit buy, bang, 80% profit. Another one was BLZ, 120% profit, and another one LDO altcoin, beautiful altcoin, very great, solid project. Here is the price, then we dumped, as you can see. Here was the wick out that got us into the position, and then we hit all our targets for 10% profit, and because we traded this with leverage, we covered our trade for 200% profit. So this moving average trend line worked very well. Right now it seems by shifting our focus on a daily time frame that this really is the B wave. All right, so one more time, Elliott wave theory, the impulsive moves after a bearish trend, if it's a main trend, it comes in 5 waves: A, B, C, which is usually the largest one, D and E, final one. Okay, right now it seems that we are right here. Okay, and where this B wave is going to finish really depends on other technical tools. So another one which also helped us to determine where probably once we start dropping it will stop is Fibonacci retracement tool, but you need to be able to use it perfectly. Okay, so you place it to the previous absolute low, place the second point to the local top, and as you can see we have stopped right above our 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which is the strongest one, the most important one, ladies and gentlemen. So right now what we can understand is that here this zone will be working like a great support. You know that most of the times the B wave doesn't go more than 50% lower of the A wave that was created previously, and right now based on counting that we are already at that point, as you can see. Plus we are being supported by this Fibonacci retracement level. On a weekly time frame there is the moving average, right? And the moving average on a daily time frame is right now a little bit above us. So another confirmation that this is going to be really the end of the B wave and we are ready to start trending upside in that C wave. All right, this is going to be the impulsive wave. C wave, the final one, is that we want to see the price to start recovering above this moving average trend line. Okay, and once we can close a daily candle above this moving average trend line, it will increase the probabilities that we can start recovering. Another one will be once we cross this previous local high right here. So it's all about playing with probabilities, ladies and gentlemen, and once you understand this, you can adapt your trading strategy based on the opportunities the market shows you. Based on probabilities you can adjust your risk, how much portfolio exposure you want to invest in your trading ideas, and you are becoming a professional trader. It's so that easy. It's all about the mindset you have as a professional trader, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, even though we would not know if it's impulsive move in 5 waves, even though it would be just a corrective move which is happening in only 3 waves, A, B, C, there is always the C wave, right? So we know with very high probability that we will go above this level. Okay, then it depends on how far we go, but again we are monitoring the market 24/7. We will adjust our probabilities based on the price action we will see once we do that, right? But right now at the moment it seems that we are in an impulsive move, we are in the motive move. We will have 5 waves and we will be hitting 16%, minimum 14% before some bigger correction. All right, so this correction seems to be finishing based on analyzing this trend right here. Another thing that can help us to determine when it's good to go with leverage, when it's better to only trade spot, when it's better to trade with stop loss, without stop loss, etc. Basically adjusting our tactics is by looking on funding rates. All right, and as you can see right now the funding rates are looking very good. You remember from the previous videos when I told you about funding rates, the whole thing right here, the whole picture was completely red, and I told you extremely positive, loads of over leveraged long positions. There will be some flash crash very soon, and it's exactly what happened. And right now we are getting neutral, very nice on the Binance exchange, the biggest volume exchange. OKX also quite negative, which means that more short positions are actually opened in that exchange, so that's very nice. What I would like to see as well is BingX turning a little bit more neutral to negative, but again the BingX volume is not that big as Binance and OKX and Bybit, and as you can see Bybit, OKX and Binance, Bybit neutral, Binance neutral, OKX slightly even negative, so that is great. So I like funding rates. Based on this information is that even in the Paradise VIP where we are trading with big capitals in original Paradise VIP, we are starting starting to input some leverage positions into the market strategically, of course, not going without some great trading tactics, but we are starting to implement leverage positions just because most of the leverage is right now out of the market. You have seen the liquidation, one of the biggest liquidation this year, $1.7 billion, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely crazy. Another thing which we have been talking together in the previous video was this extreme sell wall. When we looked behind the scenes of what's going on behind the scenes in Ethereum, we have seen this big sell wall. I showed you on the order block that just this one single level right here, there is a sell limit order worth around $10 million, ladies and gentlemen. This was the sell wall right here. I told you we will need some strong momentum going on, some strong buying volume, because this sell wall is just huge. We didn't get that and we started to correct down because it was just a very tough nut to crack, as we understood, and we started the flash crash. And as you can see right here, we have triggered loads of buy limit orders. You can see that on the order book suite as well. So some big players got accumulated very well right here. Currently you can see on the CVD plus some panic market selling is ongoing, but again this panic selling with market sell orders basically is filling this buy limit orders below us. So as you can see, some great buy walls are being created below us, so they are trying to absorb this selling pressure, which is bullish. Bearish would be if there would be nothing below us, right? And this order book suit would even go into negative numbers as it slightly went right here. But because of seeing how much accumulation went on right here at this wick, this is something that is adding to the probabilities that this previous low should probably hold very well, or at least don't let the price to go much lower, because lots of big players got involved in the price right here in buying Ethereum basically. But again, nevertheless, still there is this huge sell wall. It moved a little bit lower. As you can see, it disappeared from here, went a little bit lower with the price, so we will still need some big buying pressure to get rid of it. This is huge, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so careful about that. Let's take a look at Ethereum on a weekly time frame. You remember that what we wanted to see in order for the symmetrical triangle to be broken to the upside and start a rally towards $20,000 is firstly, the first important stuff was to close the weekly candle above the descending trend line, and that's what happened, and this is great. It showcased some kind of strength, right? So that is great. Another thing what we wanted to see, the increased momentum together with this breakout candle. We got a slight higher momentum than the previous attempt to broken to the upside in March, but it wasn't that big. But to confirm this breakout being successful, there were other things we wanted to see, right? It isn't enough to close above the descending trend line. We then need the retest and hold above the descending trend line in order to turn it into a support. As you can see right now, the weekly candle is not holding above the descending trend line, but the weekly candle is not closed yet. In 5 days, 9 hours, it will be closed, and we want to see that to happen above this descending trend line. Otherwise, this would be counted as a fake out, and there is a high probability that we will first need to continue to go lower, probably retest this moving average, and then the next attempt to break the descending trend line will be the one that will have the success, right? If, however, we will be able to recover, close the weekly candle above the descending trend line, we also want to watch for the momentum. So the momentum needs to be higher than the previous one, okay? Of course, we have this bullish cross right here that needs to be ongoing. These open legs, as you can see right here, these open legs are very important because it supports the trend. It shows that the trend is still strong. What we don't want to see is these lines to start crossing or turning slightly to the downside, okay? This will be a warning sign, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at the daily time frame, or even 1 hour time frame to get some nice lower time frame insights, we can take a look at the MACD indicator right here, and let's see if we can see some early bullish signs that can help us with some nice entries on Ethereum early. Right now you can see that we had this bullish cross on MACD indicator. However, right now it's starting to cross bearish. However, the 1 hour candle is not fully closed just yet. It can still be just a retest. What we want to see on 1 hour time frame is also some bullish divergence, which we are starting to get right here a little bit. As you can see, the price is moving lower, as you can see right here. However, the momentum is not there just yet. It's creating, unlike the price, which is creating higher low, the indicator is right now creating higher low. Excuse me, the price is making lower low, the indicator is making high low, which is a strong bullish divergence. If this 1 hour candle can start cooling off a little bit, and definitely we cannot close below the previous wick. So this is a nice preparation for some bullish divergence, which the traders that are mean aversion traders can use as an early sign of reversal of the price to the upside. Another thing will be very important, that this moving average will be crossed, because right now, as you can see, it is holding us in a bear trend. Yeah, we need this orange line, this moving average trend line, to be crossed and reclaimed, so we can have another bigger probability that we will start recovering and reversing to the upside. For altcoins to be bullish, we definitely need this moving average trend line on Bitcoin dominance weekly time frame to hold as a resistance. We need this price to not close above the moving average trend line. We need this to continue to go lower. You know that right here from the top, I have been telling you this is where the alt season is starting. It started to drop exactly from there. We closed a weekly candle below the moving average trend line, which was the early sign of a new trend ongoing, and Bitcoin dominance dropping towards our support right here, towards just 42%. That means Bitcoin will have dominance in the crypto market only 42%. So right now I believe this might be just a retest, so break, retest, and continuation lower. So this weekly candle, in order for this to be true, needs to close below this moving average trend line. That means that the volume, the money from Bitcoin will flow into altcoins, and that's exactly what we need for the alt season to continue. Another thing which we have been discussing in the previous video is this USDT dominance, right? I've been talking about this support zone right here. I told you, in order for us to continue lower, in order for the Ethereum and other altcoins to keep growing, we need this weekly candle to close below this support zone. However, it didn't happen. We have recovered from our support zone and right now retesting this resistance right here. What we want to see in order for the altcoin season to continue is this weekly candle to start dropping and closing below this 4% at least, in the best case scenario, below the whole support zone right here. So we need some rejection. That means that the reserves from USDT will flow back into the altcoin and crypto market as a whole. And of course, the others dominance on a weekly time frame, we need this moving average, which I have been sharing with you right here, this moving average trend line to keep holding. We need this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level to keep holding as well, and then we can assume that this is the B wave and we can start the C wave. Ladies and gentlemen, I will keep you updated in the upcoming videos. The next video will be on Thursday, so thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed that, smash the like button and I will see you next time. Cheers.